Hey guys, how's it going? Odyssey here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for your support. It is, as always, very much appreciated. Today we're talking about something slightly different on the channel today. We're talking about Division 1 and how you can achieve Elite and Division 1 on a consistent basis. I think I see a lot of videos out there in the FIFA community, and a large reason why I wanted to create today's video around quick wins and quick fixes. And really, what's not really explained to a large degree is how you can achieve results consistently, and the second fundamental thing of FIFA, and have fun by doing so. You know, I see a lot nowadays around play this formation. You've seen it a lot with the 5-3-2. You know, play fullbacks at centre back. You know, you've got to buy Ronaldo, Mbappe and Neymar, which you can't win and get wins in Division 1. And it's just so far from the truth. You know, the real truth for me is, in terms of what the meta is and the real way to have fun and enjoy the game, is being able to understand the core fundamentals of FIFA. You know, being able to learn and know a variety of attacking plays, know a variety of of defensive plays. And what I don't see a lot of in these high divisions, and especially in Division 3 and 2 and below, is the ability to adapt and be flexible. You know, people are spoon-fed that they should play a certain way, which only helps me even more as a FIFA player identify that play's weakness and break it down. And I rarely ever see my opponent adapt and be flexible in order to try and overcome us. That's why a large portion to this channel is dedicated to formation guides, where I can help expand your knowledge, where you can then learn new tactics and instructions and see how they play in the game, so you can build up an arsenal and a toolkit of a number of different formations, tactics and instructions to go out and counter your opponent. Because in my honest opinion, the meta is someone who knows every formation, knows all the tactics and instructions, and that can just ultimately counter my style of play. Because the most effective tactic isn't just being able to play with Neymar and Mbappe and spam skill moves inside the box. Yeah, that's great to some degree. But when you come up against someone that knows that style of play and that can enforce a formation or a tactic upon you and make you change your game plan and put you in an uncomfortable situation, that player will always go out and win. And I see a large amount of things on the forums and in the FIFA community around how the gameplay is atrocious and how it's not enjoyable this year. But if I go on to ask those players their understanding of the game and how much of the tactics, instructions, how many formations have they gone out and explored because, you know, people haven't told them to go try them, they very much don't understand it. And that's why you'll see formations come through where it'll be nowadays with the 5-3-2, where effectively someone's just gone out and found a formation that counters the meta, and you can be that person. Just go out and learn the formations like I have done with my team. You can see we're not playing the most meta players. We play with the 3 defenders against some of the most you know, strongest strikers in the game nowadays and special cards, and we have no problem at all holding our own in Division 1 with 2100 skill rating. You know, we've not quite got above that consistently. You know, we come up against some absolutely incredible squads and pro players, and you know, you're getting on to the very elite players I find above 2100 skill rating. So, but we're very comfortable and well established in a high elite level player, both in FUT Champs and Division Rivals. And a large way you can do that is just going out and learning the fundamentals of the game. And that's what I do when I practice and I want to learn and get better at the game. I don't just go ahead and learn the 3-5-2 and try different ways of banging on the door to make it better. I go out and I learn even more formations and more tactics and become comfortable with them, so I can then use that in the game to a large degree against an opponent and put them in an uncomfortable position and force them to change formation or change tactic. And if they don't do such, they will just get punished and ultimately lose the game. But I know that it's a really painstaking process, and that's why I don't want to be that guy on this channel that says to you, hey guys, go out there and use the 3-5-2 because you'll go out and get wins. Because you can. I do believe you can. I'm not saying that you can't at all, but you need to have a lot of tools in your arsenal. You need to have a larger understanding of the game to use this formation to its true potential, like I did with the 4-4-1-1 with Bayern Munich, like I did with the 4-2-3-1 with Borussia Dortmund, and then today here with the 3-5-2. Yes, these formations are incredible and I love using them. I have a lot of fun using them as well in game. but it's because of the skill set that I've built up over the months of playing FIFA by taking the time to lose lots of games and build up an understanding of the game as well, to a large degree, better than my opponent, so I can then identify his weaknesses quicker and quicker every time that I'm playing new opponents, identify their style of play, and then and break them down and win the game. And I have a lot of fun doing so. You know, I have a lot of fun playing different formations. There's nothing wrong at all with going out and learning different formations. Like I touched on, it is painful learning different tactics, but it's so fun to be able to play a game where I start in the 3-5-2 and I go out and I'm identifying my opponent's weaknesses, seeing if it's possible to break that down in the best way possible with the 3-5-2, but if not, changing the formation to the 4-4-1-1 or changing to a 4-1-2-1-2 and then scoring a couple of goals and winning the game. That feels incredible to know I've out-tacticked my opponent, you know, almost done like a Pep Guardiola on them, really. You know, there's not just a case of, oh, I have large amounts of enjoyment just playing the one way every single time, and then I get super frustrated when I lose to someone who's also playing that same way as me but just does it better than I do, so I think I'm hard done by, and then I've done nothing to change the outcome of the game at all. So whilst I really do want to say today, you know, to get onto Division 1, yeah, you can learn new formations and learn these quick wins from people online. Tons of videos about it. A large portion of this channel is dedicated to helping you improve your overall skill set so you can become a better player for the long term. And that is ultimately learning the game to a larger degree. You know, and I'm not going to say I sit here for 6-7 hours a day. I don't. But what I do is I use my time efficiently to build up my skill set and arsenal of tools. And that's what I want to help do for all of you. And that's a large portion of why I created the channel, to help you have fun and ultimately get wins as well. I think a second thing I see a lot of in the game that's not utilized is mentality. You know, people being able to stay calm under pressure. I see a lot of times people panic. They go to the constant pressure when they're a goal or two down. They don't change their formation because they don't really know different types of formations and tactics comfortably, so they panic and try and put themselves in situations that they themselves aren't comfortable in the hopes of placing their opponent in a more uncomfortable position, to then try and get the win or try and get themselves back into it. So my second tip is to you know, help improve your mentality by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You need to be able to you know, play the game on, say, ultimate difficulty with a lower star rated team and feel what it's like to have a lot of pressure on you whilst playing the game. You know, set yourself personal targets inside the game. You know, you're not going to always be able to win when you've got these lower star level teams, at least to begin with. So set yourself personal goals, like, I'm not going to try and concede. I'm going to try and be able to hold my own, possibly get a goal back and play against the computer. You know, play an ultimate team with lower rated teams as well, to understand what it's like to be like in pressured situations. You know, so I would encourage you go out and put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, because a lot of the time when they do come for a lot of players, they don't know what to do in that situation. They panic and they ultimately throw away a lead. So you really want to get some practice in that situation. And once again, like I said before, I'm going to say it again, it's not easy. It's going to hurt. You're going to get some losses, but you're looking at the long term here. We've got to stop looking at short-term wins. And that's what this video is going to do today. You're not going to get in Division 1 overnight by just watching this video. Hey, I'm going to copy his tactics and instructions and I'm going to be able to go out into Division 1 and win games comfortably. Not at all. But what you can do is listen to my advice, take it onto the training ground and put in the hours and put in the work to try and learn more parts of the game, more fundamentals, and that's how you can get wins. And like you see with, say, chess players, you know, they've replayed a number of different positions, a number of different types of games over and over again. So when it comes up in a real life game, they're able to quickly counter it. And I know that's an unusual analogy, but if you just go with me on this one, it's the same as it can be exactly the same as FIFA. You know, you can see the same formation and just go, oh, I can see exactly already that he's got his fullbacks on get forward when attacking. You know, so I know I need to change formation to exploit that, or I need to change my tactics to exploit that. I can see that he's playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and he's got his strikers on getting behind. So if I've not got fast strikers, I need to change my defensive width to narrow, and I need to tighten that up to stop him playing those easy 1-2s, and maybe I need to drop the depth a little bit as well. So, you know, don't be afraid to experiment and get comfortable with lots of different situations to allow you to then get the upper hand inside a game and shut down your opponent both offensively and defensively in the same breath. So That's a large thing I would want to say, and I'm here to help you. Now, along the way, I'm going to show you a number of different formation guides, a number of different tactics. I just wanted to put this video out there to begin with, to really help you understand that there is no quick win. But you know, touching on in terms of the formation I use and the reason I go for that to initially begin with, that the 3-5-2 just offers you a large variety of total football. It allows you to play a number of different attacking options, you know, and lots of different variety really well in the game, and defensively it's very strong. As long as you're comfortable with isolated defensive play, and offensively you're comfortable with crossing, and that's a large portion of your game as well, it really is a formidable formation, and really does dominate the midfield, which if you watch one of my previous 4-3-3 guides, dominating the midfield is key to what I do, and the reason I try what source it is, the source and the root cause of the majority of my wins, and where I look to dominate the game also. I think I just wanted to touch on as well a comment left by John on one of my previous videos around my camera settings. I use the camera on 20 height, 0 zoom on co-op, and the reason for that is it just allows me to see offensively and defensively how the game's playing out. I'm allowed to get a bigger picture of the game as well. Of course, there's cons to that style, you know, very zoomed out, and it can be difficult to see isolated plays as well, especially with skillers. So it does take some getting used to, but I think the pros outweigh the cons for me, and being able to see every option I have available to me on the pitch when I have the ball in the centre of the park, as well as being able to cross the ball in and see all of the options inside the box. That's just a few examples to name. Both defensively as well, I can see all of my opponent's attacking options as well. So I think overall it is the best camera setting as well. I'd highly recommend it. I think it is overall very beneficial when you especially if you're learning a large variety of plays as well to enforce into the game. I think it is a great camera setting. But I hope today you've enjoyed the conversation, our discussion today. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know any thoughts you have on anything, you know, particularly around divisions, skill levels, learning different tactics and formations. Is there anything particular you want to see in the future going forward on this channel as well? Just let me know down below. But as always, guys, have a great evening, and I will catch you next time.